Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage, all got perspective. It's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered, where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. When them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's an art tool. Reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah. Aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Life that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather want it, you need it. Could fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation rather one and you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Hey everybody, I am Universe Badger, and we Moon Tortoise is not with us this evening. He's dealing with a crisis with his fat father, so he's in our thoughts and prayers. And we got Kendall.
Hello.
We got the great I am. He's not at the thing for a minute. But anyway, so tonight I want to talk about you want to talk about people gone missing. There's people, and that life is fragile, and people don't realize how fragile it is. So you want to start it off? Go ahead.
Well, most definitely. I can read the description, and then we'll go from there, if that's all right.
Yes.
Okay. So the topic is everyday people vanish, children, loved ones, neighbors, and the world often looks the other way. In Canada, there are over 70,000 up to 80,000 who are reported missing on a daily basis, if not more. With many more unannounced, especially in the USA or the States, are higher dangers. Violence, human trafficking, or targeted attacks continue with life consequences. When someone goes missing, questions arise: who is next? How can we protect ourselves, those we love? Preparedness becomes vital. Gather supplies, stock essentials, food, water, first aid, whatever that may be. Secure your home, protect valuables and loved ones. From alliances, build community supports with trusted neighbors, develops survival skills, adaptability, and self-reliance are key. Life is fragile. Society is unpredictable at this point. Disappearances reminds us awareness and action and care for one another is more important than ever. So the question is, what are you going to do about it? How do you approach what to do?
You still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what's the numbers you said for in Canada right now?
Right now, the average is going up to 80,000 to 70,000. So that's pending if it's reported or not.
That's crazy. So what was someone else just went missing recently?
Oh my goodness. He was actually found today. He was missing for over a week and a half. I don't know what the cause was. And everyone was on the hunt. And then 3 weeks ago, another person I knew just went missing again because she was a teenager talking to older adults. I'm not going to say what that was, but it seems to me every other week someone's going missing that I know of or heard of. And I'm like, what is happening? I don't get it.
I saw they found. I'm gonna be careful what I say because I don't know the exact words, and I don't want to speak on something I know nothing about. I saw they found a 15-year-old in a Tesla, and it was in a famous person's Tesla, and they've been missing for over a year. So I
What?
don't know. Yeah,
That's crazy.
can't talk too much on it because, like I said, I don't want to talk on something I know nothing about. But yeah, it was big all over. But I don't hear nothing about Canada. It's not. I don't watch the news, so I can't say that. But I don't hear it.
Well, it's
Why is
pretty
that?
much out there. I don't know why that is, because I know they're blocking the news and everything for what's been going on. It's been banned. I can't share anything that's like, not within Canada out there. So it's just one of those things where like, how can I let people know if people are going missing or not? It's like, what can you do?
Man, I'm gonna get to the questions here in a second. I'm letting us load up because I was having problems with my phone. So welcome, Miss Farley.
Hello, everybody. How are you tonight?
All is truly well. All is truly well. Welcome, cool vibes, Chili Mo. You're muted.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh, there it goes. So I got the questions pulled up now. So what do you think society often turns a blind eye when people go missing? Kendo.
Oh my goodness. A lot of people just don't fully understand the concepts until it's too late. Either they think it's a joke or they just ignore it and move on like it's nothing. And this one of those things where it's just might be too late and just do, the best you can. But sometimes it really is a hit or miss situation where you're like, I don't know, it's one of those odd ones.
Miss Farley, why do you think society often turns a blind eye when people go missing?
Well, I think that one of the things that happens is that people don't really pay attention in their daily lives. Because if you look at it, and even I saw what you were talking about earlier this morning about the famous person.
Yes.
And so there's several different ways that we can look at it. One is that everybody's so busy because you're always seeing kids and people who are missing all the time. And so I think that sometimes it happens where either people are too busy or they're just like, okay, another missing person. And they just flash by it like, okay, what can I do if I see this person? Because there's so many people going about it. Or three, it's connected to somebody who's big and they keep it hush.
Okay. Chili Mo, why do you think that society turns a blind eye to when people go missing? We can't hear you. Chili Mo, we can't hear you.
I'm gonna say that we all. It's
Okay.
kind of time. And can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
go ahead.
Can you hear me? I
You're
was
going
saying,
in.
sometimes say who?
You keep going in and out.
You know what? The whole podcast is doing that. Each of y'all was going in and out, so I think it's just the audio maybe on the podcast. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I mean, um, I'm gonna pass.
Okay. So I have an opinion, and that's all it is, an opinion. I believe that they're already trying to get us to take each other out. So when people go missing, it's actually just helping them. And I don't know who them is, so I can't really say who them is. I'm just speaking in general. We're already caused diversion and diversity. It's a narrative that's been pushed for years, thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And I just believe that it's going to continue being pushed because they see unity as a conflict. They see unity as something that's hard for them to accept because they can't overcome us all if we all come together. When people come missing, I don't know why. I don't know why society turns a blind eye for it. Honestly, I don't. And I'm just so lost. I don't know why either. Honestly.
May I ask, do you think that it's because the shock value is gone because of so many people missing?
It could be that even. It could be that even. And it also could be because, it's not their family, it's not their relative, it's not happening to them per se. So like it doesn't matter. And also because of so many people gone missing that it's just like seeing a piece of paper outside in the ground. It's so common. So common. I know personally a bunch of people that I know firsthand that are no longer here, not because they have passed on, because they're missing. And they search for so long, and then all of a sudden people just give up. People give up search. They feel that, oh, maybe they just took a hiatus. Maybe they just wanted to leave. I'm a conspiracy person, so I could tell you many of the reasons why I believe, but then it's just my opinion anyways. What warning signs should families and communities look out for before a disappearance happens, Kendall?
I would say it's most definitely lack of communication. If you don't hear from them for the past 48 hours, that's when you should get concerned. Because sometimes people go quiet, they just go unannounced. And sometimes that's what they want or don't want. Or you don't know that actually happened to them until it's too late. So it's always important to have that type of communication, keep making sure that the other person is okay. Because you never know what can happen next. It's unpredictable at this point.
Miss Christie, what warning signs should families and communities look out for before someone disappears or before disappearance happens?
Well, I think one of the great things that we're seeing now is ICE. And so many people are going missing, and the problem is that it depends upon how big your family is or your friend circle. So if somebody's missing, and as soon as you can find out some information, you definitely want to be able to share, but also being able to tap in. Now I found out that you can tap in and get clones of people's phones to see like when's the last time they sent a message, or have somebody that has your password to your social media to see if there's something that's on there as well, because again, everybody's not on the phone, everybody's not um, on social media, so you want to be able to see and see what's going on with people. So it depends upon, again, the way that you're communicating with people, because I know some people that want a week and they don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? They have their own alone time, they got whatever they got going on. So a week gone means a week could be missing, but you don't want to invade somebody's privacy. So we just got to sit up there and really communicate with our neighbors and everybody else in between and say, hey, let's do, like Kendall was saying, a check-in with each other. Let's start going back into the what used to work back in old school days.
Chili Mo, what warning signs should families and communities look out for before a disappearance happens?
Um, Staying out all night. They should look for. Can you hear me? Because I mean,
Yes.
I couldn't hear none of the conversations we was just having. So
Wow.
just by everything everybody said, I hear you clearly, Kim, but I cannot hear this person or that person.
I don't know. I think it's your end,
But
honestly.
and it's the whole podcast is choppy.
I think it's your end.
But I was gonna say, I mean, if you, is my end is choppy,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? I cannot.
That's a great question.
What are we doing here? I wouldn't know. To be honest, I wouldn't know. See, we lost him. It's his end. Anyways, I wouldn't know if somebody gone missing. To be honest with you, the only person I would know if they went missing would be my son, because I don't reach out, or Moon Tortoise, because I don't reach out to a lot of people often. So I wouldn't know if someone was gone missing or not. I really wouldn't know. I kind of stay to myself, and I don't associate. My circle is small. So if people would know I was gone missing because of the show, because I've been consistent with this. So I guess the warning sign is seeing if there's something's changed in their behavior. See if whatever that they used to do, they no longer do. See if their patterns are different now. Pay attention to patterns, I guess, of somebody's. If they always ended up at the store at this time, and they always had breakfast at this place at this time, and all of a sudden then something else started happening, I guess that could be warning signs. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I wouldn't know if somebody came out missing. I really wouldn't. I don't even watch the news, so like a lot of things don't matter to me. So, welcome, Flavor Hype.
Hello, hello. How y'all doing?
Oh, it's truly well.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So we're talking about missing people, and we just asked everybody what's the warning signs that should families and communities look out for before someone comes up missing, like disappearance happens.
Oh, wow. The warning signs for family and
Communities.
community. Well, generally speaking, it's not that I've had experience with it, but just, a lot of what the community would be saying, maybe the law enforcement and things like that. You know, if you haven't heard from them, especially the people that normally talk to them, their friends, the people that they might check in with on a regular basis, if they haven't heard from them in quite some time, that could definitely be a red flag, if nothing else. Hey, like I talk to them usually like every other day or whatever. I haven't heard from them in a week. Is something going on or something to that effect? Now, a week is a long time, but you know, if it's been something like that, I wouldn't just glance over that or gloss over that because it's like, wait a minute, no one's heard from them. What's going on? Let's go ride and do a wellness check. You know, something like that.
Like, to be honest with you, like I said, if my son or moon tortoise, if I can't talk to them, I am bad. I'm bad. I'm like, I'm for real mother bear. I will call the FBI if I have to. I will call your job. I will call your cousins. I will call your neighbors. I will call strangers and say, hey, I think you might know them. And then they'll eventually, you can ask my son, I'm really good at this. And my son will eventually call me because 7 people bumped into him and said, hey, your mom's trying to get a hold of you. And he'd be like, how
Oh
does she know
wow.
you? I'm serious. I'm
Was
serious.
that? Yeah.
I don't have a backup. And, you know, he's my only child. So I got to
Gotcha.
make sure he's okay all the time because we don't live by each other. We're in different states. So I got to make sure he's okay all the time.
Yeah.
If he
Yeah,
doesn't,
that
if he
makes
doesn't
sense.
talk to me, I'm calling places, and I'll give him 3-4 days. I don't talk to him every day, but I'll give him a good week. And if I don't hear from him, I'm going to be hunting him down. I got to check on his
Definitely.
mental. I got to check and make sure he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Kendall, how effective are current systems in Canada and the U.S. at finding missing people? Oh, how good are current systems in Canada compared to, we don't know nothing about the US on their systems of finding missing people, but what are the systems that are used for Canada?
I'm not gonna lie, there's so many different types these days, it's hard to tell which one's more accurate or legit. And usually for the most systems usually takes at least a good week and a half to find someone. And the most longest cases, that's up to 15 years to find the person. And this person I know has been missing since. So
Oh.
it's one of those things.
Wow. Christy, do you know what the systems are in the US for finding a missing person?
Well, I don't know the exact data, but I do know that I do a lot of frequency as far as like the state of Maryland and I'll see when they put up a flag and check flag to say yes, they found somebody. But unfortunately, I don't see where the effectiveness is as much because you're pulling back on law enforcement or ways to track down a person is being so much hindered that I don't really see where its effectiveness it used to be as when it was on a milk carton. You knew that person that was missing on that milk carton. Again, when you're seeing it on social media 24/7 or in the news about people, then our minds can't really grapple with it. So I don't see where there's a whole lot of, well, wow, okay, or they wouldn't have a lot of these shows either that saying that people are still missing. And it's like, what? Like Kendall said, 15 years, like what? They're still missing. Like, how can you not find nothing? So I don't think that it's as good as we'd like to hope it to be.
What happened to the milk cartons? I'm wondering.
Well, you know what? They figured that, okay, because they had newspapers and news outlets and everything else, then they started scaling back on the paper that it took on the milk cartons to add, that kind of stuff on there. So they've just pulled back and said, okay, well, there's another type of media because back then we didn't have that media real coverage. You know what I mean? Where we had 24/7 news and we have the internet and people have all these groups and stuff. So you're taking away, and two, again, the shock value. When you hear somebody's gone missing, and the other person said it before too, that if it's not your family member,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody that you're really close to, then it's like, okay, how invested should I be because I've got X, Y, and Z to do. So those milk cartons during those times, it was a shock value, and everybody was looking for that person.
You know, there's a good thing right there. There's a key thing too. The milk cartons ain't the same anymore. For one, we use plastic now. Before they put everything in cardboard and it was biodegradable. Now it's plastic harming us. That's what I'm saying. So I used to see flyers up when someone was missing. I don't see flyers anymore. I used to see it on the cartons, as we now have plastic cartons, so they don't put pictures on it no more. I used to hear about it a lot at schools, and you could see it on light poles and everything. I don't see nothing no more. I just don't think that. I think they're just, oh well, oh well.
And also, I don't know about in your state, but in our state, it's illegal to post things on our light posts or things like that. So we can't do that like we used to. So there's a lot of rules and regulations that I found out, because that used to be effective when people were driving by and you could see something, but it's illegal to do. You can't just put things like that on there anymore. So a lot of things that have been taken away from the eyesight that is cramped up into, like I said, social media and in news, where if you're not being able to look at the news throughout and stream through the whole entire thing, unless it's a profile case, you're not going to hear about a missing person like that. So that's just what I feel.
There's a reason. There's a reason that so much has changed. Gilly, welcome.
How you doing?
Why do you think that things have changed from what it used to be about finding people and seeing? When we were younger, we used to see it everywhere. Now we don't see when someone's missing.
I don't know if I necessarily agree that we don't see it everywhere. I do think that sometimes it's more confusing. Oh,
Nope. Right in the middle of a sentence. Flavor Hype, you remember the milk cartons? I muted you. I will unmute you. Do you remember the milk?
Yes, absolutely. It was a huge thing. I mean, it was all over the place. It was, all types of advertisements. I remember seeing it. I remember looking on milk cartons to see if, like, man, someone I might know about in my neighborhood or something like that. I would always do that. Yeah, but to your point, yeah, we don't really buy it like that. I mean, now we do have the gallons, and they're in jugs, and it's plastic, and so not a lot of people are buying the same size of milk. That's one, and two, because of the internet, we shoot it out on social media. If someone, like, I've seen a few, hey, can you help us find this person, yada yada. Now, granted, we're not always going to see it like we would on a milk carton, because almost everyone had milk cartons in their home and they would see it. And also, even on the news, I remember that as well. They used to talk about it on the news a good bit. The news channel, like, hey, this person is still missing. We're still looking for this person. It used to be ongoing until there was some type of update as far as their status. If they've been found, or other things have happened where they could have gone a different way. Yeah, I remember the milk cartons though.
All right, Gilly, you back?
I'm back.
What were you saying, babe?
I think I'm just going to speak from a personal place.
Okay.
I think that it's harder to trust when someone's missing or not, because it's more popular now for people to want to go on their own journeys, and you don't know if that's what's going on. Or if they're missing. I don't know. I've been telling people that I haven't been able to locate that I haven't been able to locate my kids, and yeah, I don't know if I can do the podcast tonight.
Okay.
I'll be honest,
Okay.
because yeah, sorry. Love you
That's
guys.
okay. Love you. Um, Chili Mo, why do you think changed? Why do you think things changed? Like, I know that we no longer have cardboard crate cartons no more. But why do you think now that it's illegal to post stuff on poles now? I know for a fact it really is. So why do you think that has changed? That we can't post it no more. We can't. Before, when we drive down the road, we see big bulletins of people missing. Why do you think?
That's a good question. I don't think I can answer that right now. I haven't noticed the same. I noticed the same thing that everybody else noticed, but I'm not sure. Not sure why that is. Yeah, not sure. Can everybody hear each other?
Yes, we can. I think Miss Kim just
I
got called
can.
out. She'll be right back.
Okay.
So while we're talking, Miss Kim will be right back in half a second when it comes to missing.
Yeah,
Do you remember back in the day where the lights would turn on as kids, we run right back home? Have you ever done that?
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Or the
Remember that.
boogeyman would come get you for not home or something like that. My mom's like, yeah, if you don't come home at this time or hour, I'm gonna hunt you down. For
I
real.
remember we have to call and check in.
Every
Every
time. Yeah. On the hour too, right?
hour. Yeah.
Also, I love that you put in the neighborhood watch because we definitely had that in play.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was definitely in place. Yeah.
And what happened to that, I have no idea. But that's a great thing to have come back because, again, that you have people that don't have family around or may not have a friend group or a religious group or anywhere where they're able to check in like that. And we all pretty much agreed that a week is something that you normally give somebody to give them a chance if you're not around them daily or checking, where you're talking like that all the time. But it has to be something in play because it's not just one thing that we're noticing. That is, it's just really taking a left turn to back to the old school ways. I love the old school. I don't know about everybody else. I don't know.
Me too.
I miss it. I was a huge fan of it, and I think one of the things that have changed as far as the dynamic is um, whenever we had the situations where there might have been someone missing or whatever, people would be outside all the time. The kids would be outside playing, so they would see those things. Kids aren't outside like they were. They're inside now.
True.
That is
And
a
so
fact.
they might see it as they're like, they're saying they used to put it on the telephone poles and things like that in the neighborhood. Because the people aren't really out there, they might deem it as vandalism or something. Maybe that's the reason why it's illegal. Oh, you're vandalizing the pole. It's state property or whatever, whatever, whatever. Because no one's really looking at it like that. They're just going to see it as, oh, you're just vandalizing this property or something like that. I don't care that this person's missing. Call your local law enforcement or put it on the internet. Don't mess up our pole. Like, really? Okay.
Hmm. Because people have to have a certain amount of signatures before they can go to them and ask to be placed them on there. Um, and so that's just kind of crazy. But you have a great point about people being, even back then, you knew your neighbors. Like you can ask people and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know who my neighbors are." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. So if somebody goes missing, what happens, you know?"
Right.
So, when it comes to the younger generation, how would you let them know for the public safety if someone's gone missing? How would you let them know?
Word of mouth for one. Tell the schools. Tell your local police department.
That's true. Miss Christie, would you want to say anything else for questions or anything that you'd like to state or anything at all?
The the younger generation, I think that because there is a gap in us talking to them to understand what it means to what is protection, what is safety. And they've gotten a lot of false sense of what safety is to meaning the social media aspect of things and not the human aspect of things because all of the gaming that's going on inside and stuff like that. And it's rare that you have the kids around to, I would say, up to like 21 on down. There's such a real disconnect between social media and reality. And it doesn't help that the older generations are not saying, hey, look, yes, we're on here, we're able to socialize, we're able to get together about music and other things like that. But when it comes down to it, that these are the safety protocols and precautions in which our parents do. And now that parents go off to work and stuff like that, they can't really sit up there and have the safety precautions they need because a lot of their kids can break into their phones and do things that the parents think, oh, I've got a safety on there, so the kids should be fine. So we have to get back into the whole dialogue of every generation being heard, no generation being left behind, and in those ways because nobody's listening anymore to what's going on and what's happening. And there's that real disconnect that we're missing, or oh, that was so old school, or people saying, oh, that's too new school. And it's like there's a meeting in the middle for a reason. And this time in particular, like I said, there's a lot of people going missing for a lot of different reasons. And with our government being able to have people take people off the streets, and people are going missing that way now too. It's ever a time to show, not just tell, but show them what it's like to have these means just in case something goes wrong. This is the time to do it now and bridge every generation.
No, that makes a lot of sense, especially for the public safety now that everything's at risk. Like you can even walk down the street without even feeling threatened or any type of aggravation or type of anything really. And it's just to the point where like how can we just be safe without being safe in public?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a terrible thing. We gotta protect our kids. Teach them a code.
Hmm.
Call when you're in trouble. Call when you get there. Call when you're comfortable. Call when you think about me. We
Yeah.
feel it that always being dependable is important.
Very true. I agree.
But we push for an independent society.
Right.
And that's why I said the message is getting lost in there because it's, oh, I'm independent. I can do what I want. Or, like I said, there's different little ways where people don't even know that their kids have other cell phones because somebody else's child was able to do it. Like we got so many different ways of doing things. Now it's just I just never even understood that how I can actually get into somebody else's phone without it not even being in reach of me. And when I found that out and how to do that, I said, "Oh my gosh, like that is the scariest thing ever because you can wipe somebody's data clean
Right.
or you can disable their phone so they can't call. Like that trusty payphone, I don't care how beat up, how many cars banged into it, that quarter went in or them 2 quarters went in, and you were maybe able to make a phone call.
It just made me think of another aspect that I know we didn't really touch on, but it's right in line with what you were saying. Even with the people, if they went outside in the neighborhoods and or in their neighborhoods and close nearby neighborhoods, posted those signs and things like that, neighborhood watchers would get word of it. But then, even with that, so would some people who might be interested in trying to scam them and try to extort money from them because they know that they're in a vulnerable state. That, hey, I have information on your kid or whatever, da 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 da. How much will you give me for this information? Things like that. I mean, people would actually do that nowadays. I wouldn't dream of anyone doing it back then, but people are buttholes now, and they'll really do that. So there's a level of protection that they don't really have anymore, and that's something that's extremely scary, especially if like even if I were something like that, hey, this person, they have a child missing. I mean, maybe we might be able to get some money from it. Hey, I have information on your child. If you give me $100 or whatever the case may be, yada yada, I'll give you information. I know you need this. I know you're gonna do this for your child. You love your child. Trying to guilt them into getting them to extort money, and I'm like, man, because the world is so effed up now in so many areas, people would actually do that.
The only thing about that part, though, is that you figure that you can go to the police with that information. And what they do is that they suss that person out. So if I have somewhere where for you to call or some information and they don't know whether it's activated or not, but I can still go ahead and be like, hey, I got this person, and because we have recorders on our phones or something like that, then I could call the person easily, record their conversation that they got my child or whoever is doing that, because you still figure that today's technology, that's something that's a little bit more easier for them to be able to crack the codes in, because in the police force you have to have certain training when it comes down to computers and that kind of technology, and then they got people specifically for that. So even if it goes on to an FBI level, then you know that, oh, okay, this missing person, as you're going up the chain, local, state, federal, that they have the means to go ahead and say, oh, you want to do that, then they have a right to toss you behind in jail for persecuting, not persecuting, for trying to extort, for that's extortion right there. And so that those kinds of things are just a little bit more easier if somebody does when it comes down to calling these days than it was tracking a old school phone, meaning that our phone that was hung up on the wall.
Yeah.
My brother used to throw the phones across the room at one point just because he could.
That's hilarious. Okay.
That was his way of, yeah, don't talk to me. I'm going to whip it across the floor. I'm like, what is wrong with you? But yeah, it's one of those ones.
Yeah, those were the days. And no one told on you for it.
Okay. Or every time I
Okay.
tried to, I get ratted out either way. So, siblings, gotta love them.
Oh, well, yeah. That part.
Oh, she's back.
So, guys, I have to use my phone right now. The weirdest thing ever is going on, and I know it's because we're talking about this. I'm telling you, it's because we're talking about this. They're saying I have no internet, but we were on TikTok the whole time, still live off my internet. But it's saying that I have no internet on my laptop, so I had to end TikTok just to get off because my iPhone's the only thing that's connected to this account.
Wi-Fi. Oh.
No, this account. My phone was still connected to Wi-Fi. I'm using my hotspot off my phone, my other phone, the regular internet instead of my internet, my home internet. But my iPhone is the only one that's connected to Unseen Twisted Truths.
Oh, wow, okay.
My other phone's connected to me. So I can log
I
in.
would gladly take the blame if that's the case.
Listen, I know really what's going on too. I couldn't even end the show, so I had to get off of TikTok live. But it was still on TikTok live, so obviously it had internet. It's saying that there's no internet on my laptop and that there's a block on StreamYard through my laptop.
What?
Where
They're watching us. I know they are.
one of my
Mhm.
Wi-Fi,
That's down.
since I'm already in trouble, listen, one of my Wi-Fi things says FBI on it as one of the connections that I could connect to.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow.
It says FBI. Yeah. So that could be anybody could have named their internet that though. So
Exactly. Yeah. So if the FBI is listening, I think they're great personally.
me too.
And Battelle did a great job in front of the Senate, I must say.
But anyway, so yeah, you guys can continue. I had to join this way because I couldn't even end the show because Tim and I are the only ones that are able to get on here and do things, and Tim hasn't. He's been doing his own thing, so no one could even end the show when it was time to end it. So you can finish your conversation.
well, that's a great way to continue all the conversations. Whatever that was, I kind of lost my train of thought on good days. So that's just my ADHD speaking for you. It's okay.
Okay. That was the weirdest thing ever. I've never had that happen. So, in case of human, oh, great. Here's the next question. In case of human trafficking or targeted violence, what steps can ordinary people take to reduce the risk? No.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I should be serious for a second. Hang on. I got to recoup. Don't talk to strangers because they're not your friends. I don't know. I'm at a loss. Sorry.
Okay. Miss Christie, what do you think? In case of anything could happen, what do you think that? How can we reduce that risk?
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong podcast, y'all. I thought I was on mine. I got to go. No, I'm just playing. Wow. No, I'm not I, I'm not sure because when it comes down to things like that, a lot of times it's not just a person just going missing by themselves. A
Yeah.
lot of times you'll have 2 or 3 people that have gone together and they go missing together. So it's not always one person just traveling alone. And if it's 2 or 3 people, then you're really thinking that your numbers are better to not go missing than that. But I would just say that people just stay really in tune and stop just being so independent, but be more dependent on saying, hey, I've got to let somebody know at all times where I am, so that way it does raise a red flag if they don't hear nothing from me.
I like that idea. I like that idea. What do you think? I don't even know how to reset my router. I am so behind times. What do you think? Flavor Hype.
I think the FBI is doing a wonderful job with everything on Earth.
How do you think I?
Personally, I'd like to shake the FBI's hand, because they're so great. I mean, really, it was kind of just said already. I don't necessarily think of any other measures that would be better. I mean, just double down on that. Alert any and everyone that you. Well, I'll put it like this. Say, for instance, if I were to go, and I kind of plan on doing this, like go to another country that you might not be familiar with, you don't really know that many people there. Alert the people around you. Say, this is where I'm going. Give me a text and a phone call to make sure that I'm able to check in. And if I don't, double down on that until I get back to you. Just let them know that, hey, you're going here. This is going to be the address, the area that I'm in, or whatever. Check in. Give me a call. Give me, even if the time zones might be different, but hey, send me a text message, ask me if I'm okay, let me respond. Then call so that we can actually hear my voice. And if there are specific words, say like maybe some code words, even in normal conversation that we could say to alert the other person that there might be a problem.
I like that.
Something like that. I saw one thing on it was so long ago. I mean, it was some show, some TV show where there was like a code word that let the other person know something was wrong. Like if you're around the police, you say, "Hey, what up?" And then I would say, "Hello there, Mr. Whatever your last name is." Like if I ever say Mr. Whatever your last name is, that's a code for I'm in distress. There's a problem. Alert someone. If I just go, regular talking about and using your name, first name, if people can say, "Hey, what up, Mr. Carter? How you doing?" "I'm all right, all good, all good." And with the normal conversation, that would alert the other person, okay, there's an issue. Hey, let me call you right back. I got another phone call. I'll call you right back. So, okay, boom. There they go.
I like that. I like that. There was something that was shared to me, and I put it in the group, but I don't know how well it got shared to others. If your phone's dying and you're out somewhere, and to let people know where you're at before you lose signal and before your phone completely dies, change your voice message. Put your location in your voice message, what you're wearing in your voice message, how long were you there, when you're supposed to be back. Put all the information that someone needs to do to find you in your voice message, because no matter what, if your phone dies, your voice message will always still be there.
I remember reading that or hearing that. Yes, that was a fairly recent message. I remember that. That's a good one. That's really good.
I used to, because when I would go to massages, I would always let people know, especially if I was going to somebody's house, I let them know where my massage was, who the client's going to be, how long the massage will usually take, and this is the address where I'm going to. And I had to do that because I've had things happen. So yeah, always let people know. Don't just go somewhere and not check in and not let somebody know. Don't go to a party. Don't get in a random. I'm so good at getting in random people's cars. I trust the universe so much that I will get in a random person's car. Not saying random people come up to me and try to get me in your car, but I'm telling you, I do trust the universe a lot, and I probably shouldn't, but I do, because I believe what's meant for you shall be for you, and what's going to happen is going to happen no matter what you do. So I don't have questions in front of me. I don't even know how to reset my router. Let's wrap this up and do positive information real quick. Kendall, say something positive. How great
Well, once again, thank you for having me and for hosting and all that fun stuff. So for the positive message, if you know something, say something. Don't ignore the signs of someone's missing or a loved one might be. It could be you or it could be anyone that you might know. So just be honest, say what you can, do the best you can.
Okay. Miss Christie, positive message.
Well, thank you for having me back after such a long period. I really appreciate it and I enjoy being here. The positive message is that be patient, and when somebody is asking you to do certain things for your safety, just don't roll your eyes and say, okay, okay, and then you don't do it, because we have a reason for doing this, and it is about connecting with one another so we can love each other more. So everybody stay safe and blessed.
Yes. Positive message, Chili Mo.
Keep open communication with your family and friends. Speak life into them every day. Wake up and smile at yourself and tell yourself that you're great. And also thank you for having me on the show.
Yes. Positive message, Flavor Hype.
My positive message is Proton. Aside from that, be thankful for what you do have. Be humble, but also be confident. Anything that you have can be taken away from you at any moment in time. So take advantage of the good situations. Don't take it for granted. But, hey, be authentic. Be you. Be great. Don't smoke crack.
So my positive message is I love the FBI. And also, just in case. And also, you matter. Even when you think you don't matter, I swear you matter. Somebody out there is thinking of you, whether you know it or not. So reach out to somebody. And if you feel like nobody cares and that no matter what, that this life is going to go on without you in it, it's not going to be noticeable, that's wrong. Because I promise you, there's somebody out there that's going to miss you. If not, meet my dog. In 5 minutes, he'll miss you. He'll miss you. You haven't even left yet, and he'll miss you. I promise you. Get a dog. They'll show you unconditional love and support. Thank you for tuning in and allowing us into your home, your heart, your ears, your time. And this was one of a great podcast, and I wish we didn't have to worry about this subject. I swear. I wish we didn't have to talk about it, but we do. So, peace and love, everyone. Ashe.